Hello there trainers, welcome back, it's Blue Triceratops here, yet again with another Wi-Fi battle, and today we're taking another look at the Hideaway League tournament. Well, I suppose you could call it a tournament, it's really more of a challenge, and essentially, well, the Hideaway Facebook group has our own gyms in place, and this is a match between our Psychic type gym and Challenger Joe, who I believe at this point has 9 badges already. He's doing incredibly well for himself. All you need are 10 badges to be able to challenge the Elite Four. And we see something unusual. Joe has a slightly eclectic mix. He's got 3 different forms of weather on the same team, which isn't something you usually see, but he has in fact already got my bug badge and several others, and he's looking to challenge the Elite Four very soon. So we lead with a Kyurem Black, I think it is. I actually didn't play Gen 5, and so I hope I know my legendaries there. But we have a defensive Mew on the field. At least I assume this is a defensive Mew. We go with a Will-O-Wisp, and that's going to burn it because this Kyurem has a massive physical attack stat, and cutting that in half is a great way to start out the match. And it actually has Shadow Claw, which is good. I think that's been TM'd onto there. I don't know if it learns it naturally, but that's a good idea to adjust the moves that you have coming into each matchup against specific gyms, and you're absolutely allowed to change moves and even abilities and items around in between games. So now we go into Regulus, which is surprising. A surprising swap in, but it gets roared out instead, and we go into Calrissian. Great nickname choice. Absolutely love it. It gets the Intimidator off. Not that we seem to care about that. It doesn't look like it's a physical Mew, and we do get another burn, so that's great. So something I would be slightly worried here is, yep, there's the knockoff. These things tend to carry knockoff and U-turns, so it's a little bit threatening, I suppose, to a mono psychic type team. But I think overall we can be pretty happy with Mew's appearance in this game. It did quite well. It got a couple of burns down. It roared out the Regulus, and it's got the hazards up on the field. And look at that, we already have Kyurem down to half health. It's burned. It's essentially neutered unless this thing carries some coverage special attack. I doubt it's going to be able to get a whole lot more done here. But Joe's obviously keeping it in order to at least try to wear something down, or at least sack it off, I suppose. And we do go for the Medicham, get the fake out because, well, why wouldn't you? If you have fake out, go for it because you're going to get free damage and go straight into the next turn. Then we lead with a Bullet Punch, take it down, and that is knockout for the Psychic Gym Leader. So now we're back into Regulus, which makes me think it has to be a Choice Scarf. It absolutely has to. It doesn't naturally outspeed this thing, does it? I really wouldn't think so. And then Medicham hits it with a huge Zen Headbutt. This thing obviously has, I think it's pure power, doubles its attack stat to something like 200 base attacks. It's crazy. One of the strongest physical hitters in the entire game, and it has some great dual stabs, well, just to help it out. It's amazing. And in comes this Kyogre. Now this thing is a nightmare. It has stomped through my gym, and it has stomped through many others, it seems. We actually do get a Calm Mind set up, and this is absolutely devastating. So unfortunately we don't get to go for a Bullet Punch, we don't get to go for Zen Headbutt on the turn where he goes for a Calm Mind, which means that this thing now has full HP, so that Origin Pulse is just wrecking everything here, and we even have a full HP Kyogre to deal with. He does get the bulky Cresselia out. It can survive even at +1 in the rain. That should show you just how bulky this thing actually is. We do get a Toxic off, and that's great because Toxic, it's going to do something. It's really a question of how long can Titan actually manage to hold out against this thing and allow Toxic to do its job, or do we finally have something that's going to come in? Now, these Primals aren't incredibly fast, and Primal Kyogre is actually weak on the physical side, so if we have Jirachi in, nope, can't praise the hacks gods, no luck here. I was about to say if we bring Jirachi in and we get the Iron Head flinch, then we can actually bring this thing down, but no, we do get the Iron Head off, but we do not get the all-important flinch that we would have needed. If we had gotten the flinch, that Kyogre would have been gone on this turn. And Goddess comes in, and I think he was expecting it to be outsped, which makes me think maybe Goddess isn't actually invested in speed. And it's a bulky set, and therefore he was going to recover and allow Toxic to remove the Kyogre from the field, but instead Kyogre is in fact slower and gets a knockout, but it gets taken down itself, and that was absolutely horrendous. That Kyogre did a number, got 3 KOs on its own, and Joe at this point is 2-1, I believe. Yeah, 2-1. So he still has his Lando. It does have a burn on it, unfortunately for him, and he also has Tyranitar in the back. But we have Explorer on the field. This is a fully defensive, I imagine, Slowbro. It's got Recover. We all know what these things can do. They are incredibly bulky and defensive, but is it defensive enough to get through 2 Pokemon on its own? Well, it can certainly take Earthquakes very well. We fire off a Scald. That's the end of Calrissian, and now the question is it able to survive a Tyranitar? So, this thing could have Elemental Punches, it could have the Edge Quake combo, it could be a Stealth Rock Setter. Let's find out. No, it has Crunch. So, let's find out. Crunch, can you take down a Slowbro? No, but it is most definitely going to be enough to hit KO. We have to fire out a Scald, and not going to be enough to break through, not even remotely enough. If we did get the burn on that turn, then it could have worked, but I'd say that's the end of our poor little Slowbro. It is indeed. So congratulations to Joe. That's another badge to be hanging on his wall, and we hope to see him take on the Elite Four very soon. So I will leave some info down below if you want to take our challenge. Thanks for joining me, folks, and I will see you on the next video for some more Hideaway League coverage. All the best. Bye bye.